This is insane. I was watching Paris Hilton on the Jimmy Fallon show, and it's a big thing now. Celebrities promoting cryptocurrencies and NFTs. I'm worried, and I'll tell you right now, this conversation between Jimmy Fallon and Paris Hilton did not make me any more confident in the technology. As a matter of fact, I'm sitting there, right? And when I listen to experts talk about it, I get excited about it. When I listen to people that are passionate about it, I get passionate about it. But then I see stuff like this and I go, no. Because you know what the truth is? No matter how passionate the real people that are passionate about it are, this will ruin everything. Well, watch this conversation between Paris Hilton and old Jay Fowles.
Did so in a great way, which is a very hard thing to really explain to a lot of people. But since then, Forbes has named you one of the top 50 most influential people in the NFT space. So congrats on that. You know what you're doing.
Thank you.
Already, it's like if Jimmy Fallon wanted to have a real conversation about NFTs, he'd get on. He wouldn't bring Paris Hilton on. Paris Hilton is an influencer. Now, if an influencer is peddling skin cream and they're not a dermatologist, I would probably go to the dermatologist. If I really wanted to know the answers to all my skin issues, I would go to the dermatologist. If I just wanted to get people to watch the influencer for a while, I'd ask the influencer about it. But if I really wanted to know, like, explain to me why I need to put this hand lotion on, I'd ask the dermatologist about that. They went to school for it and everything. If I really wanted to get to the bottom of NFTs, probably, and maybe I'd find some beautiful tech person, but I'd probably ask a tech person. We could have had this exact same conversation about Von Dutch trucker hats. Paris, explain to me the history of Von Dutch trucker hats. Oh, I'm glad you asked, Jimmy. And it's like, are you an expert or are you a salesperson?
So proud. I love being a part of this community and being a voice and sharing my platform and just getting the word out there.
Sharing my platform. That's a dead giveaway. Sharing my platform. If it comes up naturally in conversation, okay. But if I'm so glad to be doing this and to be sharing my platform, that means it might not be based on anything. Sharing my platform doesn't always mean something. And if you get to sharing my platform within 20 seconds of talking about something, red flags are going off. That's all I'm saying. Red flags.
Such an incredible thing to be a part of.
Yeah, I jumped in.
I know, I heard. I'm so happy I taught you what they were.
You did. You taught me what's up, and then I bought an ape.
I got an ape too because I saw you on the show with people and you said you got a MoonPay, so I went and I copied you and did the same thing.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
This is your
mine.
ape.
Like, you got one too? You did? Really? Do I have a picture of it right here next to me? Look, I know everything that's next to me right here, okay? I got this old Game Boy Color game, okay? I'm like, huh? They still make Game Boy Color games? I can't believe it. Like, it was here. This is my desk. I already knew what was there. You what? Huh? You do we have this painting here? Yes. I went on this because I heard you said this. Oh, really? Well, I bought this because I heard you bought this. This is just like, it feels like there's no baseline here. This is just the beautiful people having a conversation and making people think, oh, I should buy this. Doesn't this seem, as they're talking, like there's no foundational substance to what's below it? Like, I mean, they're flat out saying, I did this because you said to. Oh, really? I'm doing this because you said to. Nobody's sitting there going, well, I did this because I researched a lot of stuff and I went through this and I realized that this was worth this. No, they're just like, let's pull out the apes.
Are we debuting it?
It's really cool. Like the hat, the shades.
the audience is just waiting for the applause sign because they're like, looks like a cartoon picture of an ape. Is that right? So these are the Bored Apes, right? And these are the biggest things in NFT right now. I think they make less than 10,000. And all of these celebrities are jumping on board. But the reason, like, it's an insane conversation to be having. And like the audience is just like, Bored Apes, yeah. These things cost $200,000 a piece or more. $200,000 a piece. And since they're scarce, the more people want them, the more money they're worth, right? And the idea is not that you pay $200,000 because this is such a great work of art. The idea is that you pay the $200,000 because it's an investment, like most art is, by the way. There's nothing wrong with that. But it could be based on nothing. And you're going on your talk show and you're bringing on Paris Hilton and being like, hey, look at my picture that I bought for $200,000. Could be worth more, huh? And you're using, talk about using your platform. You're going on your show to increase the value of this thing. Doesn't it ring any bells for anybody? Isn't this like the whole conversation like something from a different planet?
Now, how did you pick? Because you can pick your ape.
Yes, I was going through a lot of them, and I was like, I want something that like kind of reminds me of me, but this one, it does. we made like another version of it where he takes the hat off and blonde hair comes out. So,
Yeah, because you can do it now whatever you want.
Animated version.
What? I mean, if I was having this conversation, I'd go, wait, we got to stop right now. We're not talking about anything. This is a sham. We are not having a conversation. This is what Paris Hilton said. She said, I wanted to get one that reminds me of me. And this is it. Oh, yeah. Paris Hilton, right? What? Yeah, well, then you take off the hat and it's like blonde hair. So no, it's not. Here's what you wanted to do. You went on the thing and you were like, oh, if I buy this and I go on the talk show circuit and talk about it like it's a thing, it'll be worth more money. Then I can sell it to these suckers that watch me on the talk show, and then I can count my money while they're all stuck with these worthless apes. Maybe, possibly, because in this whole conversation, I'm not getting anything beyond that. I have had no explanation as to why any of this is happening. What made you choose this? What?
I know, I heard. I'm so happy I taught you what they were.
You did. You taught me what's up, and then I bought an ape.
I got an ape too because I saw you on the show with people and you said you got on MoonPay, so I went and I
We gotta get on meme pay. We all gotta get on meme pay.
copied you and did the same thing.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Here's what happened. Paris was like, oh shit, Jimmy Fallon's on meme pay buying apes, bored apes. They don't even know what they're called. They have no idea what they're buying. There's just these people who have all this money. And they're like, let's make it into more money. It's not based on, I have no idea what it's based on. Mr. Hideous said, this is just Beanie Babies 2.0. Oh my God. Worse. At least the Beanie Baby, the initial investment was only $5. This is 200 grand. And you're sitting here, and this is the way it's happened. I mean, like, you know, people pay $1,000 for a phone like it's nothing. That used to be like a big thing. You're not going to pay $1,000. Now people pay $1,000. Inflation is through the roof. Things cost more. So the idea of dropping $200,000 and being like, don't worry. This is going to create generational wealth for your children. Can you imagine if your parents die and you got a bunch of digital bored apes? Like, what the fuck, mom and dad? Cash. Just give me the money. Even crypto. Even just leaving it to me in Bitcoin would have been better than this. I don't know, honey. I saw it. I had the retirement fund, but Paris Hilton and Jimmy Fallon said, oh, you mean those guys that are now spending your money, my money, because you're dead? Thanks for nothing.
This is your
mine.
ape. Are
Yeah,
we debuting it?
it's really cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
thanks.
shades.
Now, how did you pick? Because you can pick your ape.
Yes, I was going through a lot of them, and I was like, I want something that like kind of.
Can't you see in their eyes? You could pick your ape. Like you can see in both of their eyes. Like these are two people having a conversation about something they have no idea what they're talking about. I want to talk to the people who are working in this crypto space that are convincing all these celebrities to just talk to each other about the stuff. Like, look, you guys give us your money. These are the geniuses. Give us your money. We'll give you these gifts. And then you go on talk shows and you just talk to each other about it. And all the chumps that watch you will spend more money and then you could get all your money back. Oh, okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. This is like an infomercial. This is worse than set it and forget it. I'm waiting for him. What do? We put the chicken in, we set it and forget it. Thanks for stopping by, Paris Hilton. I know you're a chicken expert.
Reminds me of me, but this one, it does. I think we made like another version of it where he takes the hat off and blonde hair comes out. So.
Like, Jimmy, it's a comedy show. This is a comedy show. It's the Tonight Show. Johnny Carson, even Jay Leno. I mean, mix it up. Throw Letterman in there. Throw Conan in there. Do you think that in the history of this medium, anybody would have ever... She'd go like this, and you could make the blonde hair come down on the hat, and the host would go like this. That's not funny. That's not funny or interesting. Letterman would have just sat there nodding at her like, I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, Letterman had his share of problems, but when an interview got uncomfortable, he let it sit in discomfort. He didn't sit there and try to be like, oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. No, you don't. Nobody does. Nobody knows what this conversation means. I don't think it means anything. I don't think this conversation has a meaning. I think these are just words that they're saying to fill up the time on camera while they try to convince people to buy meme pays or whatever. It's a wild
version
thing.
of it where he takes the hat off and blonde hair comes out.
Yeah, because you can do it now whatever you want.
Animated version.
We're part of the same. We're part of the same community. We're both apes.
I love it.
We're part of the same community. We're both apes. Can I join? Can I join? Because I saw you talking on TV about it. Can I join the community? Yes, you can. All you have to do is give us your retirement fund, and you can join our community. Oh, okay. I'll make money too, right? Definitely. Absolutely. Mr. Hideous said, I can't help but think that there's a bigger picture to all this that will unfold later. Doesn't this seem like that? Doesn't this seem like this is some kind of weird, like, celebrity subculture where there's clearly something else going on here because there's nothing happening in the conversation? What other idea could you have? You're an ape too, right? Yeah, I'm an ape. Are you an ape? Yes, I'm an ape. You can be one too. Just give us your meme pay. I don't have any meme pay. Oh, didn't you hear me talking about it? You should have it. All right, I'll get it. I'll get it.
This is my ape.
It's yours.
Oh.
Yours is so cool. I love the red heart sunglasses. I love the captain hat.
It reminded me of me a little bit because I wear striped shirts.
What are you talking about? You're wearing a suit. This is Jimmy Fallon. Okay, this is why it's like, you can't help, if you watch this, I mean, and you listen to the audience and they're reacting because they get the sign. But when I was watching this, I was like, am I in a different dimension? Like, what? I was scared. I was like, what the hell is going on? That doesn't look anything like Jimmy Fallon. Paris Hilton is like, I got my red monkey in a biker hat because it looks just like me. And Jimmy Fallon's like, yes, it does. And I'm like, what? And then Jimmy Fallon goes, I got this ape. It's a monkey with a sailor hat on and a striped t-shirt. And he's got red heart sunglasses because it reminds me of me. Right, Paris? And Paris goes, yes, it does. And I'm like, what? Am I off here? And you know how many people are watching this? Because they're not sitting there assuming that there's something else going on. So they're like, doesn't this look like Jimmy Fallon? And people are like, no, I don't think so. This made me feel like a crazy person watching this. It's so odd. It doesn't look like Jimmy Fallon at all. Scary.
I love the captain hat.
It reminded me of me a little bit because I wear striped shirts.
Uh-huh.
I've worn these heart sunglasses because my daughters, just as a joke, they have them, and as a joke, I put them on. So I've done this.
Whoa! No wonder you got the gig. Oh, I'm sure Jimmy Fallon's a wonderful guy, but this is insane. Like, it's like they didn't even, I don't know who produced this segment. There's nothing behind it. They didn't even think about, like, what are you going to talk about? Oh, I'll just talk about this shit I have no idea of. And since my guest has no idea of it either, I think it should go pretty well. Hopefully we can get people to buy pictures of apes for $200,000.
And I love yacht rock and being breezy. So I'm like, yeah, that kind of, and I like the blue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dude, look.
And I like the blue. He's just pointing to everything on the picture. I like all the things on this. It's so good. All this stuff is good. I like it because my daughter has sunglasses like that. You bring your children's name in this? Jimmy, don't bring your children's name into this. That's a terrible thing to do. You know there's something going on here. You know this is weird. This is a weird segment. This is weird. It's okay to bring your children up. Don't bring your children into the weird stuff. Bring your children up when it's a real story. Can I tell you the truth? I don't think Jimmy's daughter has those sunglasses at all. I don't think she ever has worn those sunglasses. I think he made that up. Because you know what he followed it up with? And I like the blue. I like the background color. Those cost $200,000. $200,000. Actually, that'd be better. That'd be $1,200. They cost $200,000. 200 grand. Okay? That's houses. Houses. Maybe not houses. Depending on where you live. Maybe very small houses. Tiny houses. You could probably get a couple tiny houses for 200 grand. And instead, he's like, well, I really like the blue. Do you have any idea how pissed my wife would be if I was like, honey, look at this monkey picture? She'd be like, okay. I'd be like, doesn't it look just like me? She'd go, no, it doesn't look anything like you. I go, yeah, but do you like the blue? She'd be like, I mean, I guess it is blue. I'll acknowledge that it's blue. I go, okay, 200,000. She'd be like, what? I go, don't worry. I got it in meme pay. So me, Paris Hilton, Jimmy Fallon, same community.
Look at this.
They look like they could be friends.
They're buddies.
Look at this. Look at this. It's like a trace. It's the same monkey, just in a different color. You could do this in Photoshop. It's the same thing. It's just a different kind of sunglasses, a different hat. Look at this. Isn't it great? Everybody's like, yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's so scary. I don't know what the hell's going on anymore. Like, I can't imagine. I watched that online, obviously. I'm not sitting there watching it, but I can't imagine. Some people watch it right before bed, when you're like half paying attention and you're in bed. Can you imagine right before you fall asleep, the kind of nightmares you would have if you watched that live? Like right before you turned off the TV. You just listen to this conversation where it's like, I think I'm having a stroke. I think there were probably people that called 911 because they thought they were having a stroke listening to that conversation. It was the most insane thing I'd ever heard.